Get your favorite snack on tap and buckle in because we got 7 new Switch games just announced and we got to watch the trailers, go through them, and decide which ones are our favorites. So, good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. Rocking the Peach mug in honor of Princess Peach Showtime launch day. The game is actually deeper and better than I thought. The figure skating level has the best animations Nintendo's ever done, hands down. Streamed a couple hours of the game last night. I'll be streaming more this afternoon. Say hi if you'd like. But we got new games to talk about, and I love this kind of stuff when we get to see what we all think together and just watch a bunch of cool Switch trailers. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hit that like button if you enjoy these videos. We're going to kick it off right away, but make sure to let me know which ones you are hyped for in the comments section down below. Shadows of the Damned Remastered. This is a OG throwback to a game that I played on my old channel. That's how old it is. I played this in the early years of Ghost Robo, my first channel, and it is a crazy, quirky third-person shooter with demons and all sorts of insanity because it's designed by Suda51, who you may know as the mastermind behind games like No More Heroes. Crazy stuff. Shadows of the Damned was of an era. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. This footage should show you that it's just of a time when third-person shooters and single-player games were crazy. Everybody was doing shooters. Everybody was trying to make weird upgrades, weird enemies, weird bosses, and Shadows of the Damned is pretty dang weird. This was announced for Switch today, coming later in 2024, and I'm pretty pumped to see it back. I really remember having a fun time with this game, but I'm curious, like, does that hold up? This is like 10 years old, so does this kind of sort of like goofier but shooter but quirky upgrades, does that work? We honestly don't get a ton of shooters these days. That genre has definitely seen its heyday drop down to its Mayday, and maybe this one will come out in May, but actually probably closer to the fall. Let me know if you want to play some Suda51 on Nintendo Switch later this year. The time has come. I hate to do it like this, and I'm sorry to call you out in front of everybody, but there's no choice. We must spice up your gaming setup and gaming life right now. No more waiting. I'm going to heat things up and then cool them right back down with icy, awesome, cheap accessories that will make your Switch life so darn cool. Big thanks to Temu for sponsoring this video. They've got all the accessories, everything you could ask for, including this sword, one of my personal favorites. It stores your Switch games in the blade and then can also be used as a Joy-Con accessory for when you're playing Tears of the Kingdom. I just think this is freaking awesome for any Zelda fan, but maybe you're not that flashy. Maybe you want something a little simpler that harkens back to the Game Boy era. Great carrying cases like this one, cartridges inside of a question block with a nice seal to keep them secure. I love that one. I also like this backpack. Makes me feel like an overall guy, even though I'm not an overall guy. Great place to store your Switch, any games and accessories. Bring a fun pack over to a friend's for a gaming night, or maybe you're the stylish guy. Maybe you're the one that has the coolest setup, and you love this wall mount where you can mount your freaking Switch dock right by your TV. It's got space for the cords to go through, and then your Switch is literally on the wall. You dock it on the wall, it connects to your TV, you're ready to go. That is the coolest living room upgrade I've ever seen. And it's got to happen. Like, this is going on my wall by my TV, and I think it should go on yours as well. If you want to grab incredible Switch accessories like the dock wall mount, or like the question block card case, or actually Switch games, Switch systems, Switch controllers, make sure to click the link in the description down below to download the Temu app and get a $100 coupon bundle. You can search for my code listed right here to gain access to awesome offers, awesome deals, awesome savings, and get in on some greatness that will help upgrade your video game life, upgrade your setup, and each time you click the link, it helps support the channel. So it's a great way to keep the show going as well. A win-win-win, and I'm telling you, the sword is the one to have. Let's completely about face and go to a totally different style of game. You like demons, or you don't. Maybe instead you like border collies. Yep, this is called Farewell North. It's coming to Nintendo Switch August 15th, and you are a pup. Well, more like a dog, I guess. And you're exploring the wilderness with your owner, trying to restore color to the world. It really gives me vibes of games like Flower and Journey, but as a happy dog. All right, there's all sorts of new paths. You got to reveal hidden objects, distinguish hazards, and explore this beautiful world as you try to evade the creatures that would hold you back. It's not Dog Simulator, but it's more like Color and Dog and Hike Simulator, which honestly, hiking with my dog has been very fun out here in Arizona. If this game is even half as cool as that, I'm in. I also kind of miss that game company's titles like Flower. They did really cool stuff, and they were of, again, an era where we were really into these games that just gave you great vibes. So I hope Farewell North gives us great vibes. It comes out this summer. Let me know what you think. Quite possibly my favorite on the list is Tales of Iron 2. This game is about rats, rodentia, mixed with Dark Souls. Amazing animation, and the Whiskers of Winter is coming to Nintendo Switch later this year, and it is bringing brutal combat, bloody combat, fighting snakes, fighting rats, beautiful artwork, and a ton of side quests, upgrades, customization, and more. Tales of Iron is a strong title on Nintendo Switch, and now the sequel is dropping later this year. It looks freaking fantastic. The trailer was all sorts of spicy. That snake with the skull and the eggs, I don't know, freaky boss. And I love that it is like little cuties, little vermin, but also deadly, brutal, difficult. Great title, awesome sequel. Cannot wait to play it, and let me know what you think in the comments down below. We're moving to a Metroidvania because it couldn't be a Switch announcement video without a Metroidvania. Void Rot is oddly giving me vibes of Hollow Knight. I dare invoke that name because gosh darn it, where the heck is Silksong? Will it ever show up? But Void Rot kind of has like a similar art style. It's not really by a very known developer, but they do say that they're going to have tons of exploration, tons of upgrades, 30 different active and passive artifacts, and the combat does look pretty darn smooth. They promise tight controls, and I'm always down for a good Metroidvania. Although I will say, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown just like set a totally new standard. So if you want a guaranteed smash hit, POP is so good on Switch. It's probably my favorite game of the year thus far. It is an amazing adventure, and if you were going to get one Switch game that's come out thus far, that's absolutely the one to get. This one is launching later in 2024. It does have nice art. If the combat is as tight as they promise, I think it could be fun, and at the end of the day, where this next game was actually announced a few days back, I missed it, but I think it definitely deserves a spot, and I'm going to say its name with an accent just to make sure I avoid any sort of YouTube filters if that is something that would get this video in trouble. So Wild Bastards is coming out from Blue Manchu Games. This is a great developer. I really like this developer. They made Void Bastards, and they also made a card game that I loved back in the day. I don't remember what it was called, like Pizza Cards. It was something like that. Pizza Cards, Card Guys. It was like a D&D inspired game, but a sick card game, and it was like pizza box characters and enemies. So good. Card Hunter. That's the name of the game, Card Hunter. But now their new title features 13 outlaws, and you get to recruit them and then use their unique skills as you land on different planets and pick which ones you're going to take with you to try to win the mission in the procedurally generated environments and different missions and quests. It looks quirky, it looks fun, it looks wild, and I thought Void Bastards was a pretty cool game, but it didn't live up to the hype for me. My brother loved it and finished it real fast. I found it to be a little eh. I'm hoping this one can sort of be an evolution of that and deliver, because the art is amazing and their pedigree is really strong. I like the idea, though, of picking your different hero, your different villain, your different outlaw, whatever you want to call them, and deciding how you're going to tackle the stage. That seems like a good choice and maybe a bit more inventive than the corridors of the different ships in their last title. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. I think this is going to be one to watch out for, and it drops sometime later in 2024. Holston is a game that looks bananas. It's partially a first-person driving game and partially like a point-and-click type adventure-looking title. It is set in an isolated 90s Polish town, and you have to find your lost friend and get out before you go crazy. There's filthy slime everywhere, and who knows what the heck that is actually going to infect upon your poor skin. But I love the switching between the driving segments and then sort of the, like I said, like the more isometric point and click type segments, and the driving looks insane. I mean, there's like third person action, it's all sorts of a mix, and the game just keeps revealing more as the trailer progresses. This is a dynamic adventure and seems like it's mostly going to be just a crazy trip. I love that it's not doing the walking simulator type thing. Like when you see the car, you might think, oh, we're just going to be driving around and seeing what we see. But then as you find out, there's a lot more to this place and to this game than meets the eye. And I love that there's going to be multiple different types of gameplay, and it just seems like it's a horror meets mystery meets psychedelic meets combat meets shooter meets point and click meets isometric meets awesome. Holston is super going on my must playlist. No release date yet, but thank goodness it's on Switch. Haunty is maybe equally weird, although not as dark. It's just got a great mood. You are a ghost that can take control of parts of the environment and utilize the different things that you control to solve puzzles and twin stick shooting. It's a very interesting art style, a very quirky mix of gameplay. At first I thought this was going to be like a twin stick roguelite, but it doesn't look to be that. It's more a game about navigating these different scenarios, defeating different combat rooms, but there's like a theme park, there's ghosts, there's a ballroom. It just feels like it's the Haunted Mansion on steroids done up by a really unique artist. I love all that it's got going on here. I don't know if it's going to come together. I feel like this could be a title that's more quirky than good, but I'm definitely willing to take a shot on it. I want to try it out. It drops on May the 23rd, so another game that is coming relatively soon, 2 months away. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and if you'd rather be abducted by the world of Holston or possessed by the world of Haunty. Last but certainly not least is Chia, released previously on PlayStation platforms, now coming to Nintendo Switch this summer, bringing all sorts of awesome art and interesting mechanics as you can possess all sorts of things on this big island. It takes place in an open world archipelago. It's a physics-driven title, and it is a very ambitious indie game that won a bunch of awards. Now, it might not be like a amazing looker. The fidelity isn't like insanely strong, but I do hope this runs well on Switch because there's some great lighting. Like I said, it was like a PS5 title, and the fact that you can sail across this archipelago and go to different parts of the island, I worry about the Switch handling this, but they feel confident because it is coming to Nintendo Switch this summer. No specific release date yet, but soon, and you can take control of over 30 different animals, hundreds of different objects, explore, traverse, play ukulele. It's much more of like a explore around and have fun game, I would say, than it is like a mission-based title. There are things to find, there are things to do, there is a story, and there are different characters. And like I said, the awards it's won speak for itself, but it is a joyful, explorative game where you can be a cow, be a dolphin, play ukulele, and I just cross my fingers that it runs well on Switch because this is one I really wanted to play on PS5. Never got around to it. It's out now on Steam, but coming to Switch later this summer, and all these games will be out in 2024. I think it's a really nice 7-pack. Let me know in the comments down below which one you're most excited for. If I had to pick, I mean, there's throwbacks like Shadows of the Damned that I'm very pumped for. I think Holston looks ridiculously cool. I'd probably give the edge to Tales of Iron 2, just because I know Tales of Iron 1 was really good, and I'm just hungry for a crunchy Souls-like with Rodentia. I think that seems really fun, but Holston is right up there. Honestly, Chia, I do want to give a try to as well, and then I think Wild Bastards looks like a really fun time, and I want to get back into a Blue Manchu game because I love them with Card Hunter. And I was sad that Avoid Bastards didn't really hit for me, so I hope that this new one hits as well. I apologize for the weird cowboy accent. I don't want the video to get cited for language or anything like that. But let me know in your own language in the comments what you think of these games. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive there. And until next time, SwitchForce out.